What's going on? What's going on? It's Terrell, Hall of Fame, D-Line, TBKC, and all that sweet, beautiful, wonderful shit. But I gotta do it. Yo. Somebody told me if I don't do the yo, it's not the same video. But y'all might hear the minions in the back. It's all good. You know what? Like I told y'all, I'm here for all the shit. I'm here for every single drip drop of all the shit. And that coffee is hot as a bitch. Anyway, my homie on Facebook, and it says CMK Tonio on Facebook. But Antonio, I'm going to tell y'all like this. When I put up the dog and it had the high rear and I laughed about this is the ABKC's version of a champion. Well, I put that up in very good knowledge because I seen the actual video. It wasn't just a picture. And he had every right to be upset about his dog losing to such a dog. And y'all, this is almost like two parts, so y'all stick with me because the second part is probably going to be the best part. But when you're judging, it's two different things. It's a minor flaw, and then it's something that basically can make a dog, you know what I mean, lose, period. No chance of winning. So let's just clear this up. If a dog has a very slight high rear, which there are several champions who have very slight high rears, yes, they do still have an opportunity, a possibility of being a championship dog. Possibility. If a dog has one of those ramps, and y'all seen me post that shit with the ramp, where, you know what I'm saying, woo, straight off to wherever the hell you want to go. You just get a little car, you start at their shoulders and just zoom right off their ass. Instead of zoom, you got to hit them with the zoom. Zoom. Anyway, but it's two different things. It's like everything. Slightly easty-westy, you can still win. Horribly easty-westy, it's a default. So with all that being said, I guess with the video and with what I said about the video and everything else, some of the ABKC heroes decided to come out, including judges or whatever. And allow me to start off by saying, fuck y'all. And I say that from the bottom of my heart. I mean, if it was anywhere, if I had two hearts, I would say fuck y'all twice from the bottom of both of my hearts. If I had three hearts, I would say fuck y'all thrice, and every other way I could say it, period. You know what I mean? Because this is the thing. Now this, I'll refrain from calling her what I want to call her. But this lady, Christina Maxwell, she decides to go on a post, and her comments was, you know what I mean? Oh, wait, I see Hall of Fame bully that ships bloody semen. I'm pretty sure his post is irrelevant. Okay, because he wasn't there. First of all, Christina, you some bitches can't have it both ways. Now, y'all been trying to use this bloody semen shit forever. First of all, if you were a breeder and not a show promoter for the weakest dog registry in the face of the earth that promotes screwed and fucked up dogs, you know what I mean? You would know that. Now, I'm about to break this down. Y'all got to stick with me for this, because it's almost 3 parts in one video. First of all, if you are a breeder, especially in a bully breed, a high testosterone breed, to have some blood in the semen sometimes is not really that rare. The prostate swells on a lot of these dogs, and you'll get sometimes a pinkish flow to the semen. It doesn't kill the semen. Blood from the prostate doesn't kill it. A lot of times what the vet does is they spin it down, and they'll advise something like Prosguard or saw palmetto to help take the swelling or the irritation out of the prostate. But I'm just saying that to anybody who gets fooled by these guys. But the case she's talking about, that's not it. And y'all stick with me. What she was talking about, and they've said this about me a lot, but and those who are in the program know about this. This is what happened when Denzel was barely a year old. For those of you that don't know, I was not around. So my partner at the time, who didn't know about pulling dogs, decided to try to pull him with a freezer bag. It's a difference. Freezer bags have sort of a grip to them on the inside of it. unlike the storage bag. So what he did is, and he didn't properly know how to pull. Not throwing the homie under there, this is years ago. But when he tried to pull him, he almost tried to pull Denzel like he was jacking him off, for lack of a better term. When actually, when you're pulling a dog, you just go up behind the ball, apply pressure, and that's where you're applying the pressure at, and the dog will start to humping itself. And it's not messing with the shaft. Well, anyway, what happened is that Denzel had a slight tear, which actually tore a vein from the friction of him trying to jack him off like that. I know, sort of painful. So throughout Denzel's life, what would happen is probably every third or fourth time that he would be pulled, that vein would rupture. Once again, for those who have dogs, a ruptured vein in the shaft of your dog's penis is not a rare thing. It's not the worst thing in the world. They have a different type of junk than we have, so they can rupture. They can even tying naturally sometimes, if it's too rough, they will have a cut there. Now, what it was with Denzel was that it was a vein on the side of his stuff. I was with one of the best, actually two of the best veterinary specialists, and they said, just don't do anything about it. Anybody who pulls semen, look up a semen cone. What that semen cone does is it slides up the shaft, and the semen actually comes in the bottom. So the way that this goes is if the collection person had made a slight mistake or whatever the case may be, it could have gotten in there, but they spun it down. And I told y'all where the story started at about this whole bloody this and that and the other was I was a good person, and I let Tone Roden use my dog, the same one who has Waffle House. Yeah, that cocaine sniffing son of a bitch. So I let him come down and actually take my dog because I was busy. I didn't want to have him miss the breeding that he didn't even pay for. And well, he paid $400 for it. That's all I got for the shit. And then they kept him. They bragged about him. I actually still have the text messages where he said the semen count was so high that his vet advised him to freeze half of it. Well, being, how most crackhead type dudes is, and he's publicly apologized for this since, but when I tell the story, I gotta do what I do. He took a picture of the vein that had busted, and he sent it to some haters. Let's tell you what kind of individual this is. That's how that story got out there. But as you know, now let me hold on. Oh. As you know, as most of you would know, during Denzel's lifespan, after he was 1 year old, he became arguably the greatest producer in the breed's history. Has more champions throughout combined all registries in breed history. He also has Uno, who was on the ABKC's page for 7 years, grand champion Uno, under his realm. He also has Uno's brother, the Bison, who was the first 3 times grand champion, following in his dad's footsteps as the first 3 times champion. He also has created a legacy that even still now, the haters who use Magoo's blood, which is, follows down the Demon Boy, even Tone Roden, who still is off of Waffle House fame, that all attributes back to Denzel. So I say this to say this because I wanted to really, really shut this shit down. Before some trifling bitch like Christina Maxwell, who has never bred a dog, don't nobody know her for nothing but being cutthroat, and the shit that she did to Roger and amongst many other people in the show world trying to be Suge Knight of the show promotion, has anything to say about me as a breeder, check yourself. Because when you personally wanted me to come up to your show in Arkansas that you threw with some very good people, and I won't even mention their names, but some very good people, the same person that you trying to down took off and drove 1,000 miles, didn't ask you for a dime, showed up at the show, said hello to everybody, took pictures, still got those pictures, and you were very nice and friendly when you were talking about auctioning off AR-15s and everything else to try to get people in the door because your name and couldn't carry the damn show. Second of all, you were all over the TBKC thing and jumping in there and talking and trying to be friendly. Third of all, you've had major controversies in your shows. And if you're going to call yourself a show promoter, Christina Maxwell, instead of defending your judges being accused of taking money for wins, instead of talking shit to the people who are upset about an obvious horrible pick when that dog's ass was a standard and the dog was a pocket, Instead of doing all of that, you want to talk about one of the greatest legends in the game, and you never produced a dog. You're not on my level, and obviously you're not on any type of dog level if you can't even figure out the simple shit of how to go ahead. How are you calling me? But you can't figure out the simple shit of how to control your judges and the quality of your show. All you do is you go out and attack what happens at everybody else's show, but your shit is terrible itself because you're not checking your judges. I get so tired of y'all trying to act like y'all know anything about dogs. If y'all show me one dog that Christina Maxwell that made that's worth talking about, I'll wait. I'll stop doing videos. She ain't made shit. All she does is talk about people, try to promote her lazy ass shows, talk about, oh, don't throw dogs in the trash can at shows. This was the venue that... No, Christina, it was issues at your show. It's been issues at your shows. You're always attacking people, but you don't do the right things about what's going on in the ABKC, like most of y'all. The judges that came out and talk shit about this man, fuck y'all too. I don't care who your name is. I don't care what your dog is. If you are a real judge, you stand by your product. The reason why I've judged all the places I've judged, and the reason why y'all boss, and I quote, y'all boss, y'all owner, the guy who decides to make y'all decisions, Dave Wilson, came out and told y'all that he would love to have me running the shit and helping him run the shit and helping it get back on track is because he knows my dog knowledge. He knows where I sit in this shit. Before any of y'all ever came around, I was right there on the board helping create this shit. So check yourself. Because all you are is a show promoter, and you're a bad show promoter. Because the number one thing about a show is that quality inside the ring and outside the ring. You do a hell of a job of putting all the fluffage outside of the ring. You auctioning off everything from AR-15s to pussy. But you're going to get them in the door. But at the end of the day, what about the show ring? Yeah, I said what I said. The truth of the matter is this is what you always see from the ABKC and those flunky-ass dummies that they have there. This is why there's no dogs suspended from the ABKC. There's no dogs suspended from the ABKC for the way that they look, but week after week, we see screwed up dogs. The dogs that y'all said 10 years ago should never be in there, and it's a shame because we know that they're not authentic and this and that and the other, including Miyagi, are now a part of y'all dogs, your national champions' blood. This is what y'all do. Y'all double talk. Y'all made an extreme class for dogs to be totally screwed up in every which way. They will tell y'all who talked him into getting rid of that shit because it was a joke nationally, and I had judges everywhere from Canada to South Africa asking me why would we do such a thing. This is what I'm telling y'all, and I hope y'all follow. This ain't no angry post. It's a real post. This is what I'm telling y'all over and over and over again, and y'all got to learn. These people would deflect the conversation every time. They will try to attack somebody without merit. They will try to do anything they can, but to acknowledge the fact that this breed has went to absolute shit under their watch. You're a show promoter. You have no business talking to me. We're not in the same lane. We are not in the same lane. You've never produced anything. Never. I rarely say it, but in this breed, I'm one of the best to ever do it. You are not on my level. Don't ever speak on anything. I've never sent you any semen. And for the record, and that's the point I was getting at. It wasn't, but I wouldn't have no problem saying it was. If I was sending straight blood, that was the most fire blood that this breed ever seen. You name off the list of dogs. Matter of fact, you can still see them in your ring. And then you come back and talk to me. You try to degrade everybody with little cheap shots. You's a sorry bitch because you are not controlling your ring. I don't care what anybody around you has to say, any of that. You are a low-grade show host because instead of criticizing the people who are upset about the injustices at your show, maybe you should say, we'll look into that and fix that next time because obviously that quality of dog shouldn't have won. But you can't make that statement because you're not capable of judging a dog. Obviously, you're a show host. Keep hosting, keep hoeing, and whatever else start with an H, and let us do this dog thing. Because when you start talking shit about me and I always showed you respect, I'll come in a very disrespectful nature. You don't have no dogs. You never did anything about dogs. You're not an authority on dogs. And if you're opening your mouth to try to justify a broke down, beat up ass dog at your show, you don't have no business in a dog ring. I've judged in the ring with the best of them, been in the company with the best of them, sat down and had dinner and a lunch with Westminster judges, and they all say the same thing. Confirmation matters. Health matters. A screwed up, jacked up dog should never lose a show. Should never win a show. At y'all places, lose a show. Yeah, I will get this way sometime because plain and simple, I'm tired of y'all. People like you, Christina Maxwell. People like you, Dave Wilson. People like whoever judged them stinking ass dogs that was in the ring. Y'all are the reason today why this breed is like it is. Y'all are the reason today why this breed is broke down. Y'all are the reason today why several countries don't even want this breed anywhere in there. Y'all are the reason today why my man in New York had to go through 6 different vets to just to find one to deal with an American bully. Just shipped some fire semen down to Florida. And my man, I personally had to call 5 or 6 vets because nobody wants to deal with American bullies. Mel is over there in Virginia. He can't find a damn vet to deal with him because nobody wants to deal with American bullies. And they only don't want to deal with them because of how unhealthy and how broke down these dogs is. But yet and still, y'all put that little ABKC patch on and y'all act like y'all some authorities. Well, if you're the authority, then you're responsible for everything that happens under your authorization. Explain it. 10 years ago, we never, ever, ever were getting turned down by veterinarians because the dogs was healthy. ABKC and Christina Maxwell and all you dumb fucks, y'all the authorities. Why is it like this now? Because we consistently see the same shit and the same dumbass logic. Make the dog overweight. We don't care if it's healthy. And we've seen dogs in y'all ring where they feet is turned sideways. They rear is higher than they ass. They can't breathe. Y'all pulling them out. We seen everything. Ice packs. It's still pictures of that. Icing dogs down to put them in the ring. If you're going to talk about something, talk about that. But you don't want to talk about that. You'd rather try to degrade one of the greatest dogs in breed history whose picture still hangs up in y'all fucking offices. Whose mama was the first one to ever do it. Who right now, inside y'all own circles, the dogs that y'all praise, he's their grandfather and his blood runs deep throughout all that shit. Y'all done compounded his blood in many cases. That's the route you want to go? Before you worry about a dead dog who's created arguably the greatest legacy in breed history, and you want to try to degrade him because you want to, because you don't like us telling the truth, maybe you should fix your truth. Because you can't change history, but you can change your truth. Y'all still got time to start doing things the right way. Stop accepting money for show wins and kick them terrible ass dogs out the ring. You got time for that. That man deserved better when he put his dog in that ring. I seen the video. Christina, you're not a judge. You'll never be a judge the way you talk and the way I'm saying from this. But at the end of the day, that man deserved better. It's the reason why not just me, but the whole entire internet is talking about the way that dog's rear was up in the air. That is called a disqualification if y'all didn't know, ABKC judges. Who am I? The first guy to win? The first guy, well, not the first guy, but accredited from y'all boss, Dave Wilson, one of the biggest contributors, especially financially and intellectually, to make sure that the ABKC got off the ground. The guy who spent $40,000+ to make sure that the very first ABKC show went off. Before even y'all thought about American Bully, the guy who was traveling all around the country and winning shows that wasn't even called ABKC championships and carried that over when we made the ABKC champion to become the first champion. I think I know a little something about this. A little something. Check your records. Even look at the Nationals dogs and see how many of them got my dogs in their pedigree. But y'all keep on following dumb shit and you'll be a dumb motherfucker. But I like that y'all came over here and start following real shit. is that makes you a real motherfucker. Y'all enjoy your day, motherfuckers. Hey, holla at y'all next time. Peace.